Welcome to Planet Blue Haze. Today, I'm dealing with, as an artist, we're dealing with greed. Greed! See greed? You see greed? Look at that. Look at his face, you see? Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. And then look at his teeth. He's greedy. Damn, he can't even buy no new veneers, child. People better buy them. Really, look at the bottom. So, we're talking about my murders with Scooter, the killer dinosaur. These are my shaman stories. This is why I'm a shaman, what I survived, what I went through. My stories are like nothing you ever heard. That's why they're working on a movie deal right now as we speak. But I don't want to talk about that because I'm not going to. It doesn't matter. Right now I have work to do. So I decided to tell you why I was murdered. I know why. There's a lot of different reasons, several reasons why a serial murder murdered me. I was sent to meet Chuck, Scooter, the killer dinosaur, for a lot of different reasons. Everything matched up when we met. First of all, I knew his sister for 10 years, and I met her on Charles Street. That's his name. When she introduced me to him, I lost my memory and had 5 strokes, left in a hospital by my family and daughter and everybody. They always do that to me. But this time I was blind with no memory. Yes, I could talk. Yes, I could still go on a date. But I didn't know shit. I didn't know where I lived. I didn't know how much things cost. I didn't know how to spell ABC. I couldn't see a piece of paper, a computer, a memo. My friends knew this too. Keep this in mind. My very close friends knew that I was blind. Lost my memory. I meet him in 3 days. I get engaged. I don't have a choice. What else am I going to do? I tell you, God sends me angels all the time when I'm fucked up. Let me tell you something. God always sends you angels. Maybe that was not a good angel. Hell, Satan was an angel. You know how many devils are on this earth? Imagine if everybody was a perfect angel. Nobody's perfect, first of all. No one. So for you to meet somebody that's nice to you, that looks like they have a balanced life, they have a great job, he's kind, he's nice, he's well-traveled, he's very well-versed and super intelligent, like me. Not as smart as me, but very smart and intelligent. He's actually the smartest man I ever met in my life to this day. The dumbest criminal, but the smartest man. So, wanna see Molly? Come here, Molly. You gotta say hi to my baby. This is my partner. Yes, and she has 9 poisoning. They didn't say nothing about that, right? Pregnancy 9 points all before 1. Great Molly, and the first Molly is dead in 3 days. With insurance, of course. Thank you, Molly. It's crazy. Right, so Scooter the killer dinosaur is a serial killer. I'm probably the 5th person he's attempted to kill. Made it with the other 4, but the figurative kills that he did are much more fast. Figurative kills when you don't use a weapon, just use your mouth. You start some shit, that person either kills himself or fucks up their life in some kind of way that kills them. That's called a figurative kill. It's much longer and it's much worse. And it's much more rampant in the world because nobody acknowledges it. Everybody hush about it. It's something they think they can't control. But if I was the president, honey, I would have a narcissist president. You lied to her? Go to jail. Molly goes to jail. She do some shit. Go to jail. Okay? You scammed her? Oh yeah, you go to jail. You don't like her and you love children? You're going to double jail. There you go. It's not right the way people are treating. They've always done it. Let me just explain this. That's why so many things happened to me. And everything happened to me prior 20 years ago. Like when I was 35, when I started my business, everything stopped. I was in a different world. And then this happened. Gee whiz, man. I actually met the dude because his evil sister said, why don't you need a nice guy, Rebecca? No more killers and murderers. Hey, look, I never intended to deal with these guys, but when you're a dancer and you meet people, that's just the people that are out there. When you're hurting and you're traumatized, guess what? You're open to those people. Thank God. You have to actually crawl to the corporate world to get a change. If not, the street life is there. It's in your face. And when you're hurting, you're going to run for whatever feels good. So, 3 days out of the hospital, Bellevue Hospital. 10 years ago, we had snow. 2011. Well, 11 years now. January 24th. I'm there for 8 days. I get out. I'm engaged by February 27th. I think our second meeting, third meeting. Yeah, third time. Because he was just like, I don't know how he found where I was at. Well, I know now. sensitive eczema and scars. I'm still treating my clients, but they're not paying the prices they should. I'm not dealing with as many as I should. I'm dealing with the ones that I had. And then he's bringing in all kinds of bums, crackheads, ex-crackheads. I tell you, when a man tells you he's a crackhead or was a crackhead, run for your life. Because if he stopped using crack, he's doing something else. When I met him, he was collecting coins, cans, 5-cent cans. Maybe 200,000 a year and you're collecting cans. Things that are meant for homeless people. He was jerking off a lot. He had a lot of pornography. He was actually showing to me on our first date. You see, Rebecca? So you have it. You know what's in it. You know I have 2 gigs of porn? Really? What's that? I don't know what a gig is, and I don't know what that thing is, and I don't know what porn is yet. Jeez, the guy just had a stroke last week. 5 strokes. So, I just remember when I met him being really distant. Like he can answer questions, but, you know, they say bipolar people get really hyped and then they go down. You're up and then you're down. He's not bipolar, he's insane. A lot of people's behaviors are because of different kinds of traumas. And they call all of it one big mental disorder. And it's sad. Because at this point in life, there's no way you should go to a doctor and get drugged up, especially when you tell them to stop. You tell them, I had enough, I can't see. How are you going to give me psych drugs when I can't see? And it's taking away my vision, and my memories, and all my functions. Are you crazy? No crazy disease like that. No mental disorder that bad. That if that's the case, I should be locked up and put behind bars. And you will have to answer to it in civil court. Right, Molly? And you're going to lose your license. That's for sure. You already lost all your clients. It's happening. What they did to me, everybody's reaping the benefits of what they did. And that's instant death. When you fuck with somebody that's amazing and beautiful and giving you everything you own, your man, your car, your house, your family, your good sense, knowledge, because that's the best thing I give out is wisdom. Fuck material things. The wisdom I give you is the gift. People always let that fly right over their head. Don't you know the wisdom I'm giving you can make $1 billion with if you apply yourself? You'd rather take the TVs and the computers and the nice clothes, darling. Those things get old because I don't give you my couture or my things I've had for a very long time. That's why I have so many beautiful things. Here's my trash. It's trash. Okay? Wisdom I give you is a lifetime thing. It lasts forever. You know what forever is, right? So, Molly, what are you doing over there? You want to play, right? The thing with greed is attached to everything that's bad. I explained to somebody that was just here, a client that was just here. She said, what's the difference between gluttony and greed? Like a balloon, this is regular. Greed is when it's too much, it's overfull. You know, a balloon when you're popping it big, you'll say, stop popping, it's gonna bust. That's greed. You know, when it busts, that's gluttony. When it overflows and breaks, it's gluttony. And it doesn't have to be money, and it doesn't have to be food. It can be anything. It can be anything. It can be men, it can be kids, it can be feelings, your feelings in your head, you're overbusting your brain. That's why people have strokes and their brain blow up. They're not dealing with the trauma. And when your kid gives you trauma, it steals from you, it lies on you, it cheats on you from 12 years old up, 10 years old, 9. She's been doing that since she was 9 years old. 9. Lying. And her grandmother taking her in as the murderer of my father and my brothers and sisters, coming in and using her as a backup plan to weaken me. Weaken my senses, weaken my brain. I'm telling you for a very long time that she's done the dirtiest stuff. And she knows. She knows in the bed. See, that's the thing about your haters. When you're fabulous and you're beautiful and suddenly you get ugly and fat and look like a donut, your haters are part of it. They're part of the plan because nobody pulled you to the side and said, girlfriend, you don't look like that. Why are you wearing ugly clothes? Why are you looking at ugly side club? You're gonna treat you like shit. Because they're part of it. They're enjoying it. They're laughing. Oh, look at her. She's doing terrible. Girl, I'm so happy. But they're not pulling your coat and saying, please get out. Help. Domestic violence is not domestic violence anymore. It's domestic terrorism. It's domestic terrorism. People die and people have bombs in your house and can poison you and kill you. That's terrorism. You know what domestic violence is? Come here, bitch! Pow! I'm smacking you. That's domestic terrorism. I mean, violence. But domestic terrorism, something that goes on for 9 years, I called the police on you for 9 fucking years and everybody knows, and I'm dead in the hospital with a bloody mattress and black and rose and a hatchet and hidden cameras. You gotta be kidding me. And I'm dead from a coma. I had food poisoning the week before I died. Twice. Hospitalized with it for 2 weeks. Because you keep telling me eating cheese. Cheese is moldy, dude. It's already moldy. It's cheese. Nobody dies from cheese. Mold? That's already mold. What you're eating is mold. If everybody eat yogurt, you're going to be dead. Because that's mold, too. The fact that the doctors believe it is even a whole nother. I don't care what he said. You know? My records explain the story. Collapsed lungs. I drink my drink. Don't forget your drink, Rebecca. I drink it. By the time I get in the cab, my lungs collapse. And I'm by myself again in the hospital with them cutting my clothes off. Again. Only thing that saved my life was my dog. Well, God, of course. But the dog, when I got her, and as soon as I got her, I broke my leg. In 4 places, tore my shoulders, got scoliosis that I had for 5 years. Didn't know. Nobody told me. And it got inflamed, and I had this big lump on my back. And it was painful. I was in so much pain. My vision was going. Again, I couldn't see. But this was a different kind I couldn't see. My vision was getting blurred. And it was getting hard to think. I got you. Don't worry. Thank God. People are calling this way. Get your products ordered. Get your mask. Get your protective mask that I design. I design everything myself. My websites, my business cards, everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. My head beautiful. I adorn my head. Protect my crown. That's right. Nobody comes from my head anymore. Jesus Christ. Right, Molly? So, I was talking about greed. And to watch the greed that went down with him. I'm only going to talk about 10 years. Of course, I'm going to bring back my past and my life because it's connected. Everything came back right around my childhood. When I had my stroke, I went on a date that night before I went to the hospital. Yes, I did, because I can do that. Nobody else can. I can. Because I figured whatever happened, it's done. I can't really see. All right, I'm going to go have a nice dinner towel first. Enjoy myself, and then I'll go to the hospital because I know I'm not coming out. I've been in the hospital a million times. I know the hospital. I'm a doctor. I know. When something bad happens, you had a stroke, they're keeping you. So when you have a good time, you can't take it back. I didn't know that it was 3 hours to get to the hospital when you have a stroke. You get to the hospital, man. Well, the one I had, they couldn't reverse. But what made it worse, me sitting there alone. I called my daughter, and she came and bought me my thrills. That's what they do, if that happens. And then from that point, just left me there. I gotta go back to work, and that was it. But I'm blind, Jesse. It doesn't matter. I'm going back to work. By then, she had been stealing from me, been in jail, been kidnapped. I'm gonna tell you about the kidnapping too. That was crazy. 7 days, and Busta Rhymes was involved in her kidnapping. Yes, Swift Star is the one that told me where she was at. I found his number in her house, in her bedroom, with 1 billion numbers, and I just picked that one out because I'm charming. I know already. You know what my daughter said. I know you know. Your woman always better follow your instincts. All right, I said I have what you need. I just told you I have what you need, darling. Okay, I got you. I got you. You gotta keep blowing up the phone. So, when she left me there, the only thing I could think to do was call people I work with, which is Susan with AIDS. Susan Hale with AIDS. Susan Ann Hale with AIDS, who has introduced him to 3 of his wives. He's only had, 2 of his wives. I was a full wife. I didn't marry him. I'm not stupid. But you can't fuck me. That's number 1. I reported the killer from the beginning because you ain't got no friends. And you're a weirdo. Which is okay because I'm a weirdo. But you're a weirdo in a different kind of way. The things you told me while I was on all those drugs, I can still hear you, honey. I've been high before. I've been high before. I was born in the 60s. That means at a teenager, I was in the 80s when everybody was cracked out, slipping cocaine and everything. I have been high before. I've been in a garage, Paradise Club, every club in Manhattan, Brooklyn, everywhere, all over the world, honey. I have been high. I've taken acid. I've sniffed cocaine. I have smoked crack thanks to my sister. I wasn't a crackhead, but I smoked it, and that's why I know that was a problem when he told me he was a crackhead. You know, was. Funny thing is, his habits were so bad, I even offered to buy him crack. Hey, you'll save a lot of money if you just smoke crack. Swear to God. Between the coffee and the jerking off and the gel and the coins and the lottery tickets and the coins you're collecting, he's always collecting something. Like, not one thing at a time. It's like 15, 30 things at a time. Bubble gum. That's called greed. You know, he can't buy 1 pack of gum. He has to buy 80 packs of gum. a case, 2 cases, jail, 11, get jail, 1 case, 15 cases, 30, 80 speakers. You know how many speakers are in here? I can't even turn the TV on. I don't watch TV really, but if you do, it's scary because there's 10 subwoofers. When there's a subwoofer in an apartment, hey, Molly, you need a damn subwoofer. See, my baby, she likes to think I'm on my back. She does whatever mommy does. So, the habits that he had were so terrible. And I know what those habits are. Those habits are your conscience. They're a conscience. Everybody has one. You're born with one. It's in your DNA. You can't accept it. You may not see what people do behind closed doors, but I know. Trust me, I was in the house with killers, murder, born and raised with them. I don't like to say raised because I was in my own bedroom. You see how this place is? This is how my bedroom was. I came from a beautiful home. It's amazing. Beautiful chandeliers and lamps and like a piano. I had my own piano. My parents bought me a piano and made me take private piano classes. Not my dad, my mother made me do that. I love music. I played like 10 instruments. I watched my siblings go crazy. But my mother was the root of it. She was the root of all the evil. And she's a Jehovah fucking dirty old nasty dirty witness. That's what she is. And she scared the shit out of us as kids. She told us that world was gonna end. And don't love nothing. Whatever you do, don't love nothing. Don't celebrate your birthday, don't celebrate nothing. What do you have in life if you can't celebrate anything? Told us don't love anything but God. But starting shit constantly. So you're a hypocrite, which makes you a liar. Which makes a lot of kids confused when they see you with these religious ways and you're doing something else on the side. But then you put on the show and everybody's right. You look amazing. How these ugly clothes, I don't know what it's like, but a lot of religious people don't. They'll be ugly ass clothes, okay? You can't wear this. They judge you for this and that. You can't suck a dick, but yet you're still cheating on your wife. Give me a break. That's some dumb shit. It's lies. That's what this world is based on. Lies. I was living a lie. They were telling me this guy's my husband. No, he's not. That I know. I know I didn't marry him. I had a party on a yacht. Like I had a party in Puerto Rico, party. We had tuxes. We ain't married kids. I always get dressed up and play dressed up. I'm a drama queen. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? My dog has pink weave. I'm pink weave. Wear tattoos on my head. I've always been like that. I live in a fucking planet. Okay? And I have always had disco parties and that's back then. It'll never happen like that again. I'm on a whole nother realm of life. And the healing that I do is to help others. Because that's what God tells me. I work directly for God and with God. That's why I was born on Easter. And I wasn't pulled out of her canal, thank you, Jesus. Even though she said I messed up her body when I gave birth to you. I wish I never had you. You gave me diabetes, high blood pressure, and glaucoma. Made my teeth fall on your bald headed bitch. You was like that before I met you. Well, we had some pictures when you looked okay. You are not. She blamed me for everything that happened to her, and she hated me from day one. I was the Becky, a witch hunt. A witch hunt. From day one. She taught my siblings, don't love her. Her father loves her, don't you love her. Get her and break her toys and make her miserable. And they did. The good thing is, when people fuck with you, you better go find something else to do. That's what I always did. Something else to do. There's a lot of shit to do. When you go outside, swear God, I guess, I suppose that's why I got so much. Oh, I see so much. I ain't never been in trouble, believe it or not, so I got out of it. Trouble when you go to jail, when you actually go to jail, or you actually die. If you get out of something, that's just an experience. But I've had a lot of amazing experiences. My life is like this place kind of, but 1 times a billion more. It's really high energy. Right now, it's real quiet and peaceful now that everybody's gone out of my life. And it dawns on me that all the troubles in my life was because of the feelings that I had towards the people I thought loved me. One was my daughter, for sure. The connection to my family, I always tried to make them better. They always came to me for shit and I gave it to them. They need money, they need rasping, if they need healing, help, or anything, I just was there for them. Never there for me. Never came to visit when I was a kid. When I was 9. Never came. And I was in the hospital for 2 years. They didn't come visit me 1 time. Not once. I think my brother Michael came and snuck this on me, but I was a little older then. But no one came to visit me. My father couldn't even come visit me. He said she has eczema, leave her there. And they did. So I just went there. I've been on narcotics for a long time, since I was 9. Allergy pills, painkillers. I've had 57 surgeries. Dental surgeries, my 3rd set of veneers, and implants. So I had my first set at 17 in a group home with, I was 18 with a 2-year-old. Or almost 17 when I got him, going on 18. But it doesn't matter. This is my 3rd set and I'm working on the 4th set. I have to make a lot of money with Thrill Spa, with Planet Blue Haze. I have a lot of stuff going on. And I need a lot of money coming to pay for these teeth by March. By March. I have to come up with this money now because I've just paid for all this. And I just finished it. And my dog was sick. So that was like a $10,000 bill. So many things that they put in me because I snitch. I'm a snitch. I even have the emails. They're calling me a snitch. They told me, don't tell on him, please. So on November 27th of 2020, after being dead, sick, collapsed lung, blood transfusions, everything, 14 surgeries while I was with him in 9 years, 14. And the year he was killing me, they were in my stomach every day. The ambulance was hit every day. I was calling the police. He was pulling knives out of me, saying, I'm going to kill you if you ever leave me. If you ever leave me, Rebecca, I'll kill you. My mother knew, my daughter knew, everybody knew. But in November, my shoulders were torn, and I was kind of fucked up in the head, and he was bugging out, man. He was like, not sure what to do. He's really high on a lot of psych drugs. In July, I told the psychiatrist, we're going to come in and I'm going to talk to you about this, because now I'm off of it. I'm going to talk to you, because now I'm clearing up. I can see I'm getting better, and I'm telling him the drugs are fucking you up, man. They're making you paranoid. They do, and everything I can finally read, the reaction, I had them and you had them. You had to take shit pills. He takes a shit on himself if he doesn't take 9 pills a day because of the psych drugs. They're not working. They're hurting you. Keep in mind, I still don't know that he's killing me when I'm telling him all this. I have no idea yet. Still have no idea that I was even dead. Still, I was too high. I just forgot. My head cleared up, but I forgot I was even in a coma. I've been on the shaman. So he says this to me. Towards the end, he's running after me saying, your West Doctor won't die. Your West Doctor. Talking like that, like scream. And he's like turning orange. Donald Trump is turning orange at the same time. Both of them turning orange. That's why I do my anger face orange. And I guess that's the face of anger. So I go in my office, and this was his biggest secret. I walk in my fucking office that I'm just redesigning over and taking back for the 85th million time. Because every time I did it in the past, he takes the computer away, just throw it out and get a new one, get a bigger one. But this one's so big, can't get anything. It's 7-inch screen, can't get bigger than that. And by now his son is dead. He died from the poison. Everybody dead, a whole trail of death. I'm not gonna get to that right in a second. I gotta get into what I found. What I went and sat down my computer and saw was sibling sex with 2 little white kids, like 7, maybe 8 years old, not higher than 8 years old. It took me a while to even rush my brain around what I was seeing, like processing. How do I process this, right? This is what this man does all day, and his habits of jerking off was so bad at the end. Especially when the psychiatrist did in July, gave him another pill. They told me to take him off. Give him something light, a mood stabilizer. You know what he packs on? He packs on 100 milligrams of the mood stabilizer and leaves him on the other drugs. And none of them mix together. And let me clear up, this is not why he's crazy. He was like this when I met him. Way before I met him. And I got his book to prove it. But last year, he asked me to get him a job. I get everybody jobs, so I have a lot of pull. And he couldn't find his information. His GED. So I spoke to the woman, I gave her my credentials, and they gave him the job at the Board of Education, which is where he's working right now with children. And when he walked, I'm going to go through how I found it, what happened, but when he walked out the door, I got him to sign a contract to take care of my paperwork, my bills and money he owes me, and he signed it, which is great. Because that's in civil court. And my teeth he's got to pay for. He's the one that knocked him out. There you go, but it's going to take a while to get the money. I realize I'm not going to get it till sometime 23. That's just the reality of it. Because I know where it's at, and I got to snatch it up. But that's not, I want to talk about that. That's not, makes me like to say that. So I know about 8 years ago, remember I told you I couldn't see a computer screen? And when we have sex, he didn't want to really have sex because his dick goes down. I've never seen that before. I didn't answer, honey. And I love me. I could not believe that that was happening, but I also didn't remember what had happened prior to meeting him because I didn't remember nothing about having sex with anybody. And I have gotten some amazing dick. Okay, so this guy's dick was weird. And that's another reason why I think he tried to kill me, because when I saw his penis the first time, I didn't really say nothing, but I said it kind of looks like a mangina. You know what a mangina is, right? You don't know what the fuck is in it. It's a big bush of hair. He said he likes hair. You like hair? Ooh. Even Molly doesn't have hair. I take that shit off. Nasty. It smells. It's in the crotch area. It gets sweaty. It's just like, make up something, shape it down. That's just a big puff, man. What do you have in it? And he got so offended that he started taking penis enhancements. You know, take a pill, your dick goes this way for like 5 minutes. And then it started elevating and elevating. He started taking like 10 and then 15 and then he went up to like 27. And I'm not lying. His dick went off the bed and broke my table. Boom. I'm serious. It went off the bed, and I believe the black and blues I had on my leg, some of it was from penis terrorism because it was hitting my legs under the bed. And mind you, I couldn't get no dick. You can't touch that dick unless you're 5 years old, of course. But no, And even try to fuck him for what? He's not interested. If he goes in a vagina, it goes down, darling. I have his divorce where it says, Your Honor, he's impotent. He likes pornography. To Judge Sunshine. In civil court. Supreme Court. Okay? So, about 8 years ago, I went in my office and I was coming out of surgery. I had like I don't remember, I had so many surgeries for him. I had my knee replaced, but we were still traveling around. And then after that, I went in and I said, What is that? A white girl? She looks so skinny. Because I've seen this porn before, but it's like butt naked superheroes and I didn't know they had that. I thought it was something new. I don't know. Remember, I'm being introduced to all this shit with a new mind. And I see butt naked superheroes, like Wonder Woman had like 17-inch nipples made of steel. Oh, shit. And then, like, I saw she-males. You like she-males? That's niggas with dicks. You gay? You don't be gay, but let me know. So we won't have to even do this no more. No, Rebecca, that's not a big deal because I'm looking at the... I don't even remember what you told me. I just know it was too much for me. Between being a crackhead, you fucked your wife with AIDS, you had a bitch with AIDS, and you put your dick in her with no condom. Yes, Rebecca, but I clean. We did take a test and he was clean, but that's not the point. The fact that you had sex, he's telling me, like, he wants me to understand that he was buying prostitutes when he was a crackhead, but they would argue with him. Because they were in a bucket. Now, when a crackhead, I know everything about everything. When a crackhead is a prostitute, all she wants to do is get high. Hell, a crackhead just want to get high, but when they find a way to get money, they just want to do it real quick and go. That's it. So I understand. Because the motherfucker doesn't like pussy. Listen, now I know why. Darling, I want to let his wife know, his ex-wife know, darling, it's not that he's impotent. He's not impotent. His dick is a rocket shit. It goes out off the bed and into the table. He don't like women. He doesn't like women. He likes children. As a matter of fact, pedophiles like a lot of stuff. They don't just like, they don't like women. Pedophiles like teeny little holes. The kids get younger and younger and younger and younger and younger. That's why he knows, everybody knows what's going to happen. Because I take pedophiles off the earth. I don't put them in jail. They can't be jail. Jails are crowded anyway. They have a good time when they go away. They're all together talking about what they like. They'll let them out, but that's not the point. We've all gotten raped and murdered and nothing happened to us, to the person that did it to us. Wild Wham is coming. It's Women Against Whack-Ass Men, and I did tell y'all in different previous episodes what I'm doing with y'all. I'm not going to keep repeating it because it is a secret, but it is a basement waiting for y'all with peanut butter and a dildo and pictures, and no, we're not killing you. We're not killing you because that's against God's law. We can fuck you up. Take a picture, how? And just put it online and walk away. And come and get some muscle. There's no way your kids are ever going to be safe unless they know they're going to be exposed. Trust me, they probably like to dick up the ass. They're freaks. But they don't want to be exposed. They don't want exposure. The fact that he has these charges and my daughter and mother told me to throw the porn out, they're white kids. Stop trying to save the world. That's what they told me, to throw it out. And I don't even talk to them. They're crazy. When my son son died. They said, hey, number the faggot and the junkie. Stop crying. It's been 2 days. That's what they did. Nobody came to the funeral. The son killed himself. His son, but he killed himself, and they didn't give a fuck. They did give a fuck. They gave a fuck enough to torture me during it. And I was gonna make this announcement about what I found and what I actually did as a hero. I'm a fucking hero because I did it on hidden camera. I don't give a fuck. I told him I was gonna do it. I talked to him about it. You know when I find it, right? I pass out like, oh my God, kids! These fucking kids are kidnapped. They're high. They're drunk. They're hungry. They're skinny. You know, they're leaning on each other like this, all high. And he belongs to some kind of underground child porn network. Now, when I met him, he was stealing movies. Like, if a movie comes out, he did it right away. He told me some kind of way they cross bridges, and he speaks a whole other language. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I'm still trying to learn my alphabet. Jeez, talking about crackheads, boys. You know, fucking kids, butt-naked superheroes, superwoman, crazy-looking dicks. Gee whiz, give me a minute. This has surgery. When you get anesthesia, that shit fucks you up. When you're on 500 milligrams 5 times a day of oxycodone and morphine, I mean, 1 pill each. You know, 20, 30, 50 milligrams of narcotics and psych drugs and sleeping pills and heart pills. That's crazy. The only reason why I survived is because of Thrill Spot, what I produce. A blood cleaner. It just kept cleaning my blood, because that's what I do. I have to do it because I would be dead from single, which is a virus. And you knew when COVID came out what I do. Everybody knows what I do. There are no shamans alive because they kill us. Because that's our fucking head, yo. And I need that shit. Why the hell I have to get shots there? Why? Why me? All the time. I'm gonna be somebody else. But I know why now. And I understand what God put me here for because I shut shit down. And I'm shutting this shit down. Because he's working at the Board of Education. He is a hacker. He has all my clients. They can't call me no more. All my friends can't call me no more. They can't even call me. I had to reach them online and they said, yo, I tried to call you. I know. What he uses is a big fender box. You're not going to know what any of this stuff is. Because you don't have a reason to know. But what it is a bridge. And then he has the actual saved, kids on the device. He has them in a big fender, NAS box. A NAS box is a high volume storage movie drive. But they're drives that you use in connections with different bridges so they never connect to your computer. Which means it's kind of hard to find out what you're doing. It's really hard, actually. It's so hard that when the police plugged in and they couldn't even get it. But at that moment, I didn't know how this all worked. So I'm just getting my memories back on what to buy and pay for. I don't even know what's going on with nothing. So that's the deal. He's working at the Board of Education. I reported it to the FBI. But my mother and daughter were telling them I'm crazy. Fuck her, she's a crazy bitch. And they were like hanging up on me. First report they took and they said, well, we're going to take care of it next year. He also has a charge of beating on a dog. And he has 87 police charges. But the biggest fuck, the other stuff was grand larceny and stealing and beating up my bike and taking my car and destroying my shit and taking money out of my account and stealing my items. All of that, forget that. Kids are at risk. Because I know him. He's online jerking off to your kids. Right now, as we speak, at the Board of Education. Do you hear me? Board of Education in Brooklyn, in your office buildings, on your IT, and he works alone, dually, and he jerks off at work. I have the proof because I'm going to read his book where he stood up at work with his dick out and got fired. He thought he got fired for stealing a box, but he stood up with his dick out. I don't think you can see it through all that mangina-ness, but he did get fired with his dick out at work. I know he told me he jerks up in the bathroom and a guy wants to suck his dick. I said, a guy, not a girl. A guy. It was just so many crazy things I was hearing from day one, and you gotta know I told him to schedule. Get the fuck out of my life and leave me alone. I'll be your friend, like I tell every ex of mine. I'll be your friend, I promise. Like I'll design your house, I'll get your girlfriend. I'll do everything. Hold up. Take my phone, though, which is why the news is coming out wet, which is not receiving. So, that's still. You want to do something, write your counsel that. I already sent letters to the DA, to everybody. I sent his job, the pictures. You know what they told me? Wait till he gets charged with it. I said he has to charge for sex offender. That's what he has right now, a charge for sex offender. Okay? And you know where the fuck he lives? At 2510 Bergen Street, apartment A4. Charles Wright Hale, not Charles William Hale. He's a scam artist. Oh, his name was William. It's right. Okay? How about that? Yes. And he is a child molester. He likes them tiny, young, and high. And the society he belongs to is huge. It's so huge that in February, when I turned this shit in, by Monday they took it off. They took off 30 million children offline. Yes, that was me, because I got that shit shut down. 30 million. And the police know it because I met with the detectives for 4 hours. You know what they were doing here? Talking about the apartment I lived in, and how I did the fireplace, and how I did the wall for 2 hours. They ain't give a fuck about the kids. Nobody cares about kids. And these kids are traffic kids. Traffic. Like my daughter was getting ready to get on a plane with a fucking 45-year-old that met her at a bus stop. And take her to Miami to pimp her out with long nails and a long weave looking crazy like a clown. And I rescued her from that. So, you better do something about it. I'm doing something about it. But my hands are tied now. When I did it, I lost everything because of it. He tore my car off, tore everything up. And he sent me something saying, if you do this, your chickens will be next. And they sent me, snitch, you know, you're a snitch, don't tell him. My friends actually told me, don't tell on him. Didn't he take you to see the Queen? No, bitch, I lent him $30,000 to go see the Queen. Right out of a coma. Also bought a car for $40,000 with cash. But it wouldn't matter. You know, I don't give a fuck. See, that's what niggas do. They don't give a fuck. They protect each other. Don't snitch. Don't snitch. What? Let me tell you something about snitching. Snitching is for people that need a break at jail when they get arrested. That's fucked up. You're gonna do the crime, just do it. Do it. You guilty too. When it comes to children, honey, there's no such thing as snitching. Unless you are the rapist too. You like children too. You're a molester too. You abuse women too. And they're all in the same boat. Okay? But Charles W. Hale lives at 2510 Bourbon Street, like I said, apartment A4, and he likes to fuck little boys and little girls. So nobody's safe. And he likes them skinny and high. And he has a car now to put them in full of garbage and trash. That's what he is, a child molesting trash bag motherfucker. And I have to charge, if you'd like me to read it, I'll tell you the charge. It's sex offender charge, dated. Got me having him out, right? It's a sick bastard, yo. Let's see. Police charges. Yeah, let's get the report number for him. Oh, he's got a lot. 1211, Malibu's report. That number is 013-676. I'm not going to tell you, look, petty larceny. Well, for 12-14-20, he has to charge, and the charge number is 2020-007-004-529. That is for sex offender of child porn. You see? Sex offender of child porn. And geez, after that is grand larceny, and he deleted all my computer business. He vandalized my bike 17 times. I had to put it in twice. Almost lost my bike. Criminal mischief, all kinds of shit. It's just a bunch of shit. And he had a whole bunch of people attack me because of this shit. They came after me, said they're gonna kick my ass. Fuck. I'm not kidding you, man. This is crazy. And it's been a year. I had so many other things to tend to. My dog was sick. I was sick. I'm still sick. I was supposed to have surgery yesterday, and I didn't even have it. But I'm strong. You know what strength is, right? So it's time for the public to get involved. We have a child molester on the loose. And I have the porn here. 4 more. The 2 that were taped under my desk, I know they're 3-year-olds. Because he didn't make a big deal about the 8-year-olds. He told me, a lot of women look like they're 10 and 12. Rebecca, you're seeing things. No, I'm not. That's what he told me a bunch of years ago. And then I passed out because he sprayed some shit in my face and shot me up. And next thing I'm in the hospital. And then I forgot all about it. But now you have progressed to younger children. Because I know what I saw 8 years ago, 6 years ago. They were like 16, 17. It was like a skinny little white girl. I couldn't see half the screen, but I know what I saw. It was a very small thing. And now I know because I can see clear. Thanks, Scooty. You got me glasses. You see? I can see. And I know what I saw, and we discussed it. He said a lot of women look like they're 10 and 12. He also said he doesn't want any help. And he was like going crazy, you know. You couldn't believe I found that shit. I always find shit, man. But that's the worst. And when he walked out the door, you know what he got? And I didn't know what all these little machines were. He just kept collecting them, telling me as part of some kind of electrical system. I mean, we had a lot of electronics. Everything was running on the phone, through our phones. And the lights, the camera, everything, the garbage, everything. Everybody was so enamored. Oh, wow, that's amazing. But he was using it to shut me down. We had 18 routers. He didn't even take his son's pictures when he left. He took his routers. I let him come 3 times to get his shit. Took his brand new clothes. When he walked out the door, he took a scored, brand new 7-foot scored, a red wagon, and a jar of peanut butter. And he threw it all in a wagon with his knife and his peanut butter and walked out the door. And I couldn't believe my luck. What? He never did that before. Yes. Here's my time to change the locks and get my shit together. Get the fuck out. So, now you know. And now you could do something.